associations of hypnosis tell me nobody did before in nobody. It's like you go through all many facts. You saw so many past lives together, and you make first time in human history scientific proof to humanity that reincarnation exists.
Are you exactly Amelia Earhart in and of itself, in and of herself, I should say?
I will tell you something absolutely shocking, because what I understand that, for example, before it was my priest, after it was Amelia, all of this like a hologram, because you don't have time not exists. They exist at the same time with me. What happens, for example, I have beautiful bag and it's all jaguar, like everything pattern. And after I give to somebody, always give to everybody. And this priest in my dream telling how comes this is jaguar code. I was editing movie with editor in Australia. We will spend maybe 1.5, 2 hours sitting near computer. Suddenly door opening and his wife coming. And he's telling to her, go back. You have heavy pneumonia. Don't stand up. She look at me and she says, she heal me. I say no. And he say, no, I was sitting here together. We sitting. What happened? Just explain to us. He make testimonials to my book. Because she start telling me that I lived here, like heal her. And we ask how I looks like. I sitting right now in this outfit. So how I looks like. And she started describe Amelia. She says she have short hair, she have like reddish hair, she pilot, and she talking in front of many people, and so on and so on. And it's going and going. For us, it was absolutely shocking, you know? So this happening, it's continue happening. People see.
So basically, people that don't even know you've never met you before, come up to you out of the blue and say, you are, or you have the energy of Amelia Earhart.
You have a very nice healing energy around you. And so I think what they're showing me here is they'd like you to do more personal healing on others. Is they want you to start working more with healing angels. So these healing abilities that you have, or this equipment that you're using, or that res tone, and you might have seen these, and I've seen myself in one. They're like flying pods, and you're in a pod, and it moves along the energetic grids, and I can see you and me in one. So we're both in one of our own, but we're going along in the grids. So, this is very interesting that I can see the vision, because I've only ever seen that once before with Prime Minister, who I interviewed last week. I don't know if you know him. He's another truther that talks about the galactic light and the galactic gospel, he calls it. And when I was interviewing him about a year ago, we both had this vision. He didn't know, I hadn't told him. And we both at the same time on the interview said, yes, I've been in the pod, and he'd been in the pod. And now I see you in one of these flying pods.
Valery Uvarov, head of the National Security Academy of Russia, supports reincarnation.
I'm talking about the principle of reincarnation. It really exists. This experience which people have received in their former life very deeply affects their present lives, and even way of thinking, way of behaving and interacting between each other. The deeper experience, the more spiritual the man is.
It is always a heavy, sad feeling during Amelia's festival celebrations. Amelia in me is still desperate. She wishes that people would start to know why she had such an intense, hard, dangerous life. What is the reason she sacrificed her own life? So I can understand the heavy feeling which another person has, who also disappeared, and he is desperate during all last 7 years. was no plan to talk about this in this movie, but his spirit arriving again and again these days, and he is asking to tell. Right now I'm having strongest goosebumps. He is near. On the night, 24th of August 2018, in my dream, I got an urgent call for help from angels. I saw Julian Assange on the roof of a high-rise building. It was very dark. Some people wishing to kill him by pushing him down from the roof. It was impossible to see them, and each second was count. I took his hand and told him to his mind, I will be with you. You will not feel the impact. He told me, thank you. As a Maya priest, it was my responsibility to navigate his spirit to other side and for him to avoid any pain. Instantly, in split seconds, before the moment when they pushed him, I removed his spirit from the body and gave to angels. They brought him to God, to heaven. Again, he did not feel impact. There was no pain. I sent this letter the next morning to a friend in Vancouver asking, did Assange Julian fall down from the high floor building? Anything in media about this? Julian Assange's spirit needs to be in peace. So he is asking me to tell to his relatives, friends, please stop worrying about him. His soul contract was completed in this lifetime, and since 2018, he was in such a beautiful place. All what after that day was fake. He apologized for worries, sadness, and stress which they had regarding him. He will reborn soon.
Okay, well, something very strange here has happened with Julian Assange. I'm really not too sure if he's even still alive. But my feeling is that I just don't know if he's on the planet anymore, right? I'm not too sure if they have a new Julian Assange that's taking his place. But I feel the real Julian Assange, I don't think is here anymore. I think he passed away. Because I'm seeing a lot of grief here. I'm seeing a lot of the cards that are telling me, I feel like this person has passed away. I feel this person has left the earth plane, right? So I don't feel Julian Assange is here anymore, okay? I feel like there may have been some sort of assassination with him or something of that nature, but I'm not getting the feeling that he's even on the earth plane anymore. That's just kind of the feeling I'm getting. I feel like he's not here, but I feel like there's going to be someone to take his place.
Sacrifice in Maya is an idea of sending a messenger to gods and delivered requests and prayers of people. The human sacrifice by no means represented any kind of exceptional brutality, because soul of the person was removed before his physical death. And messengers to gods were sent only in exceptional or difficult situations, prevention of disasters. Indians were constantly surprised by brutality of the inhabitants of the old world, who crucified Jesus without any special drug, thus causing his unbearable physical suffering. There's and all this energy, and I know I need to take out now from his body his spirit.
and it's hard work. It's very hard work, and it's going out, and when it's come out, it's very heavy energy, and it's like making sound, just like a galaxy, like sound, and it's like a vacuum you're taking out, and it's heavy, like his body empty, no spirit inside.
Spirit is gone. That's
Gone.
right. Gone.
Empty.
That's right.
To show to all people down from the pyramid. Here the ball, here the heart. This is heart of my son.
Okay, I want you to relax now, Julia. Just relax.
Rivers of tears.
The thing is the trauma that happens in the past life. And with trauma comes emotions. When that emotion comes out, that event is actually happening to you at that exact moment. Could be thousands of years ago, could be yesterday. A lot came out.
Yeah.
He said that if the church allowed people to believe in reincarnation, then people would stop contributing to the church. And this is the reason the church vehemently opposes teachings about reincarnation. So, the principal motivating factor behind the church's ban on reincarnation is money. And money means power, something the church and other rulers of various empires about 2,000 years ago did not want to lose. In the year 553, about 400 years after the death of Christ, an organization that consisted of 165 bishops was formed called the Second Council of Constantinople. Historical records show that the Second Council of Constantinople issued a verdict to declare any references of pre-existence of the soul, a soul that existed before it became part of a living human, what we now call reincarnation, as heresy.
Amelia sacrificed her own life and returned back, reborn, in order to remind and return Jesus' teaching about reincarnation to people. Make them free of fears of death. This, which was cancelled 400 years after Jesus Christ's death by a bunch of greedy people. It was Amelia's mission shows that Jesus' true teaching was always reincarnation and is real. Movie Your Eternal Hologram got 2 awards in the International Movie Festival in Canada in March 2014. Since 2014, during the last 16 years, the creative team who were involved in the book and documentary movie production was sending letters to the organizers of Amelia Earhart Festival in Atkinson, with the proposal to show the movie to people during the annual festival. Back was silence. No one replied during all these years. Why? Reincarnation is still prohibited officially because it will change politics, religion, and society by giving freedom and power to the people. You know what? Dolores Cannon, she was telling about school in heaven. I'm teaching there sacred geometry and also numbers. And it's in my dream, I see it, but even two people here, you know, they recognize me and say they study from me. So what's happening is that their book exists for each person. And in this book, all her previous life, real life.
Okay, so Julia had one very interesting question. He asked me about the power of numbers. You see, Julia's, and not just Julia's, Julia's, and magically, my favorite number is 13. And that was an interesting story with Julia. We met her a summer day a few years ago. And we talked about number 13, and there were no traffic absolutely, and we saw 3 cars right away with the number 13 license plate, right away. And go back to the number, even that, when the 3 cars showed up at Stanley Park, one after another with the number 13, even that shows you how much, how could that even be possible? It's not possible. Logically, if you think about it, it's absolutely not possible, but because. So even that is just by itself, it's magic. It's beyond magic, beyond our understanding, because created by this super consciousness.
I have this extra abilities, such a strong extra abilities because of this maybe royal level. So, for example, when person die, I saw our, you know, friend, journalist, he died, and I will see that he waiting for this appointment in heaven, because when people die, they have appointment. It's like huge table, and in this table sitting these entities, these angels sitting there. They go through all this life, and they talking with this person, and they show to him all mistake, and not only mistake, what amazing, this person feel all what he did for all people in his life, good or bad, he feels their emotions. And at the end, they show what is bad in our planet, for example, wars and everything. So I'm, you know, member of Galactic Confederation. 8th of April 2022, it was huge celebration in space, you know, enormous celebration. I was invited there, and I was there as I'm like, looks like in this highest dimension. Alana, friend, Richard, he sent letter to you and to me that, you know, he sent 5 days later that, you know, Kim Gogo and talking that it was some celebration. They have no idea that I was right there. And in this celebration, we clean all this, you know, from all these dark forces, from everything. It was huge celebration. And it's interesting maybe for people because they have like a business card on the everywhere on the walls, like hand of person, on another hand another race, and another hand in another race, like when they sign contracts, for example, or also have, for example, rooms. It's like count as creativity. You go inside to the room, nothing there, but there's this amazing energy, absolutely amazing energy, you know. And for example, their art, what art, like painting, but in front of this painting, it's continue with hologram, and millions of little leaves, for example, from this, you know, painting continue. So it's like, it's really amazing. But another meeting, for example, when it was only Earth Committee, and I was there, and we was thinking how to make disclosure for humanity. And my proposal was to invite ancient human race. And I give to them a code, you know, for the portal. They dial, they connect with them. It's extremely beautiful people. And they show their, you know, like rockets, like space.
What did they say about the disclosure? How and when is that happening?
We was talking because in Russia people say you don't have profit. Person who will tell about future, the people will believe it. So this is why I propose to make disclosure by this ancient human race, right? So we don't know if it's happened this way or different way, but you know, we also
do you think it's going to happen, Julia? Do you think there's going to be some grand event?
Yes,
definitely. From your perspective, when do you think that would happen? Is it going to be in our lifetime?
Yes, of course, in lifetime, I'm sure that they will be here. And you know what? For example, we discussed their very important things. By the way, Leslie, which, time traveler, he saw me there. William, which scientist from Los Angeles, also saw me there. And it was funny because my energy is so strong. And like, I asked my scientist, how come? Because my hair is so long, right? But there, my hair just go up like this, one thing. And they say, because, it's from, energy going from the top
That's the
of
gravity, right? Like the gravity. kind of-
Yes, yes,
Energy, yeah.
exactly.
So how
And
does this?
different gravities there. So we're talking, for example, it's very interesting. We're talking about one planet which necessary to survive this planet, and it's about little creatures, which very important. If you'll be no creatures, everybody will be dead. So we're talking about this, and suddenly, and I talked with William about this, that I saw him there, and suddenly after 6 months, he and Resaton starts saving bee, and bee population 67% gone. And Einstein, everybody think he told this, after 4 years, after bee disappear, all humanity will be dead.
The situation is deadly serious right now. More than 90% of the bumblebees are gone in the USA, more than 90% of the honeybees are gone in Canada, and more than 75% of the honeybees are gone in the USA and Europe. This is from Ole Johansson, Associate Professor.
Not to worry about people, but worry about nature, to preserve nature, to save all these animals, to save these plants. For me, plants extremely important. Without pollination, all what we eating, all what animals, eating, it's all pollination, because bee extremely important. And what we're doing, actually, we're sending for free anybody like this. It's our scientists. They put information there, and we're working with angelic rays. And when people
It's encoded in the.
It's encoded.
Right.
So let's talk about that for a second, Julia. You are a professional scientist, a successful businesswoman. How has this had any effect on your career coming out at this as a scientist, coming out in any way as far as you're Amelia Earhart, you're all these different incarnations. How does this affect your professional life at all? Or are you moved past that now? Have you already
No, it's not affect at all, because our science is extremely spiritual. These angelic rays introduce me to scientists in my dream 15 years before I meet them. They tell their names and everything, and I put to my book before I even meet them. So they highly spiritual, and they know that I'm doing very, very important things. Because when people in
Do
fear
they support you then, Julia? Do your resotone scientists support your Amelia Earhart mission?
Yes, 100%. They understand how important this. They highly vibrational, because they're working with this such a high, civilization. So they know how important this. And the spirits, they support so much. For example, I can tell you, because people say, what's she talking about? For example, see, I need to fly to another country, to 8 countries, to check all facts and data and everything. And suddenly I open door in Vancouver, in front of me, on the floor, it's lie down laptop. I put advertising in the building, who brings this laptop? Suddenly, Tracy Gregg arrived, and he said, Julia, it's so strange. I was acting like a robot. From the work, I arrive and I'm eating and looking TV. Suddenly, I stand up. I go downstairs to locker room. I bring laptop and put near your door. Next day, my laptop broke. I bring and take few days until it's. But I need to finish and give to Roxana my book. They know everything what I thinking. They know what I'm doing. They healing me. I wake up time to time totally in silver powder, but in other things.
Whoa, back up. Did you say you woke up in silver powder?
Yes.
And what was
when,
that?
When they make checkup, they healing me.
Yes, after this, I have the silver powder. But for example, this
Well, what
happened.
was the silver
then,
powder?
like who put the
And where
silver
did it
powder
come
on you?
from? What exactly was the silver powder and where did it come from?
And after it disappear during the day, it's angels because they checking me time to time.
Oh, angel dust.
Yeah,
You got
angel
angel
dust.
dust. That's what it is. Angel dust. I get
You
it.
know what
I get
they
it.
they tell ahead
Angel
of time
dust.
what will be. For example, they tell me that Peter Garyaev will die this time and this time. I call him few days before and so on. I tell to Katya, you know, his wife. I saw this huge like posters, transfer. I was just laugh. What is this? But one family from Colorado, they ordered 5 USBs. They're extremely sensitive. And yes, transfer was not going 1 week, second, third. I thought, okay, bank works slow, but okay, I decided to go to the bank, and bank say, in the transfer, they made mistakes. So instead of June, you know, 6 months and 11, it will be 11 November. So only November money can come. So I mean, they know what I'm thinking. All this,
Have
you
you
know.
ever had a experience where you've come in contact with the extraterrestrials?
He's in the
All the
Galactic
time.
Federation.
No, I mean not, I mean in on, you know,
Like in a physical plane, like how we're talking right now.
And
They
it's like
come
not in a
to
dream
me.
state.
No,
Not in a dream state.
not dream. They coming to me. They just going inside to my room. They coming. I opening to them door and everything. You know, I know
What do they look like?
Oh, my angel, it's they very tall. This my angel, very white skin, blonde hair, biggest blue eyes, very big blue eyes. You know, so I mean, they in full 24/7 contact. We didn't, you know, edit any of my dreams. People sending me all over the world when we read my book and read dreams. Hop, suddenly they remember their own life. Problem with people who doesn't believe in reincarnation is they all fear of death and sadness and everything. It's very low vibration. When people in this low vibration, they will be not successful in their life. They will be easy manipulated by this fear. You know, they will not develop spiritually. Their brain, everything close. This is the things, you know, and right now we're going to 5D Earth, you know, I saw how it will looks like a new 5D and what happened with our Earth, I can tell you now if you wish. So those who will not, you know, how to say, accent, yeah, they will be lost. It's necessary to help them very much. And also bad entities, they drain this energy. They living on this fear of death. They on this sadness, on these emotions, for all this negativity. They feeding on this. Here, Amelia Earhart business partners in the gender of reincarnation subject. It is about 2 American presidents who carry the same spirit. First, the spirit lived in the body of President Abraham Lincoln, and then reborn in the body of John F. Kennedy. These were the 2 most democratic presidents of America. The most amazing thing is that a large group of people around them reincarnated all together as well. This was the case of their wives, children, business partners, astrologers, and even those who killed them. You can see that they have similar facial features and the names. It seems that all of them were in the heavens and made the decision to get back together. Yes, each of them also signed soul contract in heaven, as Amelia Earhart did, in order to prove to humanity that reincarnation does exist. And each person have his own eternal hologram. In order to support each of you to live a happy, creative, free of fears life. Just imagine how impossible hard it would be for each of these people to find parent to be born again who will have similar face features and looks alike
as this person had in her previous life. Just look at Andrew Johnson and Lyndon Johnson. But not only that, it's also best to find parents who carry the same last name, or to influence parents to give the same or similar name which this person had in her previous life. Their secretary even decided to switch their names in order to show us and prove extra time of this reincarnation. John A. Kennedy was secretary of President Lincoln, and Evelyn Lincoln was secretary of John Kennedy. All of them not only were born around the same time, but also met and played their exact role in this reincarnation project.
It not only me want to prove to world that reincarnation exists, they also reborn from President Lincoln like a President Kennedy. So I have heavy responsibility, still very heavy, to put all data about these two presidents, my reincarnation all over the world, different kind. It's my heavy responsibility because spirits navigate me and watching me so many years, all my life. It's because I signed this contract as Amelia, in heaven to do all of this. So I want to fulfill my, soul contract, and we need to have museum. And this airplane doesn't have insurance. It doesn't belong to government. It doesn't belong to family. It belongs to me, Amelia. I die in this airplane. This is my airplane, and I want to bring this, and put to the museum. Spirits, it's team of spirits. It's another race, benevolent race, doing all of this and navigate me. Yes, you need to go to Mexico. Yes, you need to do. So, okay. And after what happening, that it's very unusual. 87 years. During 87 years, it was so many people. Not only mystery about airplane, all these people keep legacy about Amelia, keep interest of this disappearance all over the world. Everybody knows this. So huge amount of people are aware of this. So everybody who keeps this, legacy, I really thankful to them, because I have time, to write book, to go through all these facts, and now new facts arrive. A lawyer in Mexico, he told me, in Mexico, if person reborn, we just simply giving to him all his stuff, because it's new things about reincarnation, right? Because if Buddhist Lama the same, if he reborn, they put in front of him all stuff, and he says, this is mine, they give it to him. So in this religions, where they know about reincarnation, it's automatically. But for our world, yes, maybe in future will be laws that if person was born and prove it, something what he really liked, what he used, it will be, back to him. So yes, I talk. See, Smithsonian Museum, he for 150 years closed everything about giants. They, never tell to people that giants exist. They have skeletons, everything. They hiding. I prove that reincarnation exists because I saw giants in Chichen Itza through my eyes as a Mayan priest, and because of this, I solve all these mysteries about, like Mayas, why they built this huge court by 8 meters high, this ring to put ball. Why ball 4 kilograms? Why this house so huge, for who it's built, and so on. I solve all of this. So I mean, Smithsonian restrict all of this. Secondly, so many people agree with me that when people come to reincarnation museum, they will concentrate and see all these facts, and it helps them. They will receive freedom from these fears and everything. But if they will go to this Smithsonian Museum, there are so many artifacts, they will be lost, and it will be good for nothing. So nothing to stop me to continue, asking to have me and Amelia, please, and Kennedy, and all this clan, everybody, all these people, and spirits, and I only asked to do this, and I'm very thankful, you know, to all the spirits who did this for many, many years in support. So yeah, please support and please help Amelia Spirit to have freedom finally.
Yeah, I want that people send link to my book for free, everybody. I want that they see video movie which we produce. I want that they sign a petition.
When they look at your movies, they read your book, which is free. They check out your links about what you're done with Resitone, which will be there for everybody to check out too. Your message to them is there's nothing to fear. We're just gonna get a new suit,
shell,
a new dress,
suit,
a nice
Yes.
new suit, right?
The internal
Yes, yes.
hologram is
Yeah.
always with you. It's just that you're getting a new outfit, a new human suit.
Yes.
when you
And now
reincarnate.
your book will come with so many new amazing details because so many people recognize me through different lifetimes. We recognize each other and so many things I will add. And this book I will donate toward, you know, all profit will go toward creating of this museum. And John Thompson, he made plan that it will bring 100 million only in America, like a big barge. He have sketch that it will continue going through the rivers and all people will see. Another 100 million in Europe, it will be collected. He very successful with Titanic exhibition. So it will be enough for this research recovery, this team for nauticus and for deep sea vision. Cover everything and just receiving profit, 100% profit to them. And thank you so much from me, from spirits, from angelic realm, from galactic confederation, because I'm sure they also signed contract before they born, because they so addicted for years to find this airplane, you know, addicted. It cannot be just like this from nothing.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
thank you so much, Julia. It's been an honor to have you in our house.
And Amelia.
And Amelia
And the Queen.
Earhart, and the Queen.
And the Pharaoh.
And the Pharaoh, and all the other ones before.
Right.
And we appreciate your love for humanity.
And your courage.
And your courage and everything that you're doing at this time to really help people ascend and help them raise their vibration and expand their awareness as well. And for that, we are eternally grateful to you as well. So much love. Thank you so much, Julia, for joining us. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We love and appreciate you. And remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, may all your dreams come true. Many blessings.
During my show in August 2024, I told that on 1st of May 2022, I was at the Earth Committee meeting at the Galactic Confederation, where I proposed to ask for help with the disclosure for the humanity, ancient human race, who is co-creators of our human race on Earth. I did give the code for the portal to the committee. Connection was done instantly, and the ancient human race showed themselves and agreed to help. At the end of September 2024, there was a meeting at the Earth Committee. It was confirmed to me about start. The ancient race arrived to help and protect humanity. In October, via Brad Johnson shared a profound announcement regarding the appearance of a smaller second moon in the inhabitants of the celestial body, who in reality our ancestors, the Sumerian ancient human race.
Of what many of you have termed as a second moon coming closer to the Earth. This would actually be appropriate. Some of your scientists are referring to it as a type of rogue asteroid, but we would disagree. This is actually much more of a moon that is coming together towards your planet, to which we have talked about previously. We will tell you the occupants that reside upon that second moon that is paying you a visit. It's your ancestors. It is the ancient ancestors that have had connections to what you would know as ancient Sumeria. Many of you have referred to them as the gods. We're not talking about the imposters. We're talking about the real ones. The gods are coming back home. And there is going to be a new jurisdiction coming upon the planet that is going to encourage peace, that is going to encourage transformation upon your planet, that is going to bring it into a higher light, because that's what these gods represent. Which means they are going to be working together with the human guardians and many of the other associates that are currently working with your planet. They have come here now to end the game of corruption completely. You can call them the Anunnaki. You can call them the Sumerian gods. You can call them the ancient ancestors. But these are not ones who are trying to force you to slave yourselves to dig gold. These are not the ancestors that are attempting to bring about an agenda to basically save their own world while your world gets pillaged. These are the ancestors that had a very big responsibility in the nature of your co-creation as a human race. They have arrived, with many of the other groups that are also working together to bring the earth back into natural order. And that through their own presence here, it is a significator that everything pertaining to the corrupt, to the false ways of how humanity has been raised, will now come to an end. For we are speaking together personally with your ancestors, and that their intentions, their true intentions, are to assist Earth to return back into harmony so that her children can start moving back on the right track. No wars that will consume a mass amount of life, and any attempt to do so will be foiled. And they are basically putting on notice that any of the corrupt who have lost their way, who are attempting in any way to jeopardize humanity, any particular intention that they have will be brought upon them. That's a notice. And we want everybody to know, for as far as this transmission can move itself throughout your planet, that the ancestors have returned. That this is a significator.
By the way, astronomers on Earth cannot understand what is this comet, second moon, really. American source. Second moon orbits Earth after getting stuck in planet gravity, and it's roughly the size of a school bus, only 33 feet long. Instead, by China South Africa expert, they call the unusual celestial body the comet of the century, Atlas. It will be a distance of about 70 million kilometers from our planet. But if it's like this, how come people can see objects which are only the size of a school bus and only 10 meters long, according to American sources, and a distance of about 70 million kilometers from our planet, according to China, South Africa? I was in contact with them on 5th of October 2024. They told me that everything was going according to the plan we created in 2022. They look like the Sumerian people, but little different than any people here on Earth. Color of their eyes was unusual, but very beautiful, red-brown. It is hard to describe. It was the most kind, caring energy coming from their eyes, very shiny light. It was amazing, the same as in the picture of Adronis. So I asked Adronis about that light, and he described that this light from their eyes is a reflection of their pure, kind soul. It was truly the most heavenly, blissful experience with these adorable, cute, but very powerful people. Now, people notice that more representatives arrive, and you may feel or hear sounds which will help to lift the consciousness of humanity to a higher, harmonized level. Humanity fully protected by our powerful creators. Stay strong, free of fears and any doubts. Golden age for the humanity starting now.
Why is Amelia reborn now? Can I read this article here?
Yes, yeah.
Well, according to this article, Amelia Earhart's soaring spirit, Myra Nair, producer of the movie Amelia, believes it's because Earhart was the complete beacon of inspiration in the Depression for this country. That is very much the spirit we hope our movie has. So the idea of channeling that affirmative energy, that kind of self-belief that Amelia Earhart had, makes her a formidable figure, and for those reasons made her a formidable co-star and foil to Ben Stiller.
So if you right now open my website about my books, I will just read it. AmeliaReborn.com, name for my website. You know what I write there 1 year ago? You know now how important it was for me to write this book and for you to read it. Especially at the moment when economy is collapsing and people need support. They need to know that they have a spirit, their soul, which will never lose value, and their skills and knowledge will have accumulated and be transferring into new reborn person of the same spirit. So here's the book from Amelia's spirit to support you. Now you have a bridge over the waterfall of your life. I am reborn. I return back. And I will now support people in another depression recession time in America. Like I did in 30s as Amelia. I can walk, talk and laugh and inspire people again. Amelia's spirit inside of me. And in this present life, I continue doing what Amelia started, but in spiritual level. It is hard work for the spirit. I need support from the people to help me spread this rare knowledge and help millions of people to keep their spirits strong at the moment of their death and during their life, free from fear of death and live in harmony. Everyone will remember this talk at the moment when death will come. For thousands of years, high power keeps this knowledge as a secret for the earth's living. What will be after they die?
So what we have here is, I'd like to read this. It's another testimonial from Amelia Reborn. It says, "Afraid to die? Just read front page of this website, and you'll never be afraid again. Never. Can't wait to read the whole book. Amazing. Yes, Amelia alive. Can you believe it?"
Well, the bees are dying. They were claiming catastrophic, historic losses this last year. 60 to 80% of all bees, all honeybees in the US, just dead. They're gone. Cornell University, they have a hunch. Their hunch is that it's neonicotinoids and pesticides in monocrop farming. Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't have a hunch. I know what it is. I went to Cornell University to get my master beekeepers. My final paper was on neonicotinoid. Neonicotinoid is a type of pesticide that is extremely strong, so it makes it extremely effective. It lives systemically in the plant. And if you have a plant with really dense tissue, like a tree trunk, it holds on to that poison for years. So if you're spraying your tree every year, it's getting more and more potent to the point where when it blossoms in the spring, if a honeybee was to feed off of that nectar, it could disorient and not even make it back to the hive, or it could just drop dead on the flower. Neonicotinoids are used in lawn sprays. If you ever have anyone knocking at your door and wanting to spray your lawn saying, oh, we don't spray the flowers, it's all affecting everything. It gets in the groundwater when the farmers spray their crops, and this is one of the main reasons that the monarch butterfly migration is depleting. It's because of these neonicotinoids. But of course, it's super effective, so people are going to be using it. You have a green lawn, you have beautiful trees, like why not use it? And the more you use it, the more your plant or your grass are dependent on it. If you stop using it, it's going to look worse than it did before. So quit spraying your grass, quit spraying your trees, find alternative ways to do it. And if you absolutely have to use some sort of pesticide, don't use a neonicotinoid. And it's hidden under these names. So remember these names, turn around your bottle, see if anything there is listed in what you're using. Quit using it.